welcome to our presentation on Meeting Agendas Part 2. My name is Jim Coles, and I'm the Executive Director of Columbus Area Labor Management Committee.
And I'm Meredith Porterfield, Program Manager for Columbus Area Labor Management Committee.
In our program today, we're going to continue our look at meeting agendas and talk about when's the best time to set your next agenda, how you should handle that agenda and its distribution, and other items to consider when we think about meeting agendas. Usually the last items that we see on agendas for committees that we facilitate are things like parking lot items, to discuss things that came up during the meeting, or future agenda items. These are things that we will consider at upcoming meetings. It may be follow-up to work for the committees done previously, or new things that the team's going to be looking at some point in the future. But it's important that everybody on the committee feel like they have ownership of what goes on with the team. So the last thing we do at every meeting is to develop the agenda for the next meeting. By developing the agenda at the next meeting, everybody gets that sense of ownership because everyone has an opportunity to contribute items to the agenda. They can see that their items are going to be considered, as well as know what's coming up, and that the development of the agenda is not some kind of a secret process. Putting the agenda creation at the end of the meeting also confirms assignments for the next meeting, so everybody knows what they have to do and can be prepared. It can build trust as people see items are continuing from one meeting to the next, going on to that next phase of problem solving in the next meeting, rather than have the work be lost. The team needs to develop some kind of a system to be able to add items between meetings because new things come up and things happen. So there has to be a way that those items can be added to the agenda and communicated to the membership. We also recommend sending out the agendas to all committee members usually a week or two before the meeting. It acts as a reminder for everybody, gives them a chance to complete their assignments or review what's going to be coming up at that next meeting so they can be prepared. It can also inform participants about any new items which have been added to the agenda. It's another reminder for people to get their information and be sure that they come to the meeting ready to go. Now, this is something that's not done by all groups, but we strongly recommend it to you because it can help encourage people to come to that next meeting and help that meeting proceed more effectively.
Creating agendas at the end of the meeting and sending them out before the next meeting can help provide a vehicle for problem solving. It can help you to resolve your problems quicker simply because people are going to have the information ahead of time so that they can discuss, do what they need to do in order to be prepared. It can also help groups follow a specific problem-solving process in that it can become very orderly as far as that problem-solving process is concerned. Some groups like to follow a specific problem-solving process, such as a wheel. This can help as far as that is concerned. The other thing this can do, too, is to help to eliminate those gotcha games or the surprises that can sometimes occur, especially with labor management committees, simply because people are going to have all the information ahead of time, so you eliminate those surprises, so that you eliminate those gotchas as far as, oh, here's a problem that we're seeing happening. People will hopefully know about it ahead of time. It will help groups to get all the facts that are necessary in order to resolve problems. It may identify that a problem may not even be a problem. If it's brought up at the end of a meeting and researched in between meetings, you may find out that there isn't really a problem. It also can help you to reduce some of the items on your agenda, to make your agendas much smaller so that you can get through it quicker. The one thing that's important too is that groups need to establish the agenda protocol, such as how agendas will be done. Who's going to send out the agenda? Is it going to be meeting leaders? Is it going to be a facilitator? Just exactly who's going to do it. And when should the agenda be sent out? Should it be sent out a week ahead of time before the meeting? Should it be sent out 2 weeks ahead of time? Those are things that the group is going to have to decide. And the other part of it too is groups need to decide how additional items will be added to the agenda, as Jim mentioned previously. You know, do you want to have a certain person designated to receive all new agenda items and then they can be added on? That's something you're going to have to work out as a group as to how you want to do that. And your history and your past performance, your ground rules, that will help you to determine some of the protocols for your agenda. So that's it for agendas part 2. We hope you enjoyed this quick takes, that it will help you out as far as your group meeting process is concerned, be watching for other quick take videos